ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Nash from Tesla and the Gong. I welcome you to my 2020.48.10 software update video, and most importantly, this is going to be Wollongong's first ever Urban Autopilot Challenge video. Now, if you've not seen my earlier Urban Autopilot Challenge videos, it is a brainchild of Tesla Tom of ludicrous speed. We do a drive for about 20 minutes in a nearly urban condition, without turns, of course, because we do not have beta FSD here in Australia yet. So without turns, a slightly straightish kind of a path, and see what the autopilot does and how it behaves. We're doing this so that we can document how iteratively the software update brings new features and sort of fixes older bugs. And we quite enjoy this. If you've seen my earlier videos, I have Pete of Way Too Old for This doing the drive in Sydney in his Tesla Model X long range, and he has kindly sent all his videos to me for me to make those videos. This is going to be Wollongong's Urban Autopilot Challenge. With regards to 2020.48.10, not much has changed since my previous video, 2020.48.5. I had the messaging feature, which is amazing. I have tracks v.02, which is pretty good too. I'll make a nice song very soon. But there is a massive new improvement in the car since 2020.48.5. And that is not software, but hardware. My 2018 Tesla Model X 75D now has hardware 3.0 or FSD computer. So this is not an FSD video, of course, but I have the FSD computer in my car. When has an ICE car maker, a luxury ICE car maker for that matter, given you a hardware update which makes the car exponentially better than what it was 2 days before the hardware update was applied? When has that ever happened? Only Tesla does this. Only Tesla does this. This is just amazing. Of course, I got it for free because I paid for FSD, so I got the hardware 3.0 for free. I'm sure in the near future, Tesla will also allow people to have a paid upgrade from hardware 2.0 and hardware 2.5 to hardware 3.0 or FSD computer. I must say, I'm absolutely loving it. I have had this for 2 days now. And now we're going to get into the Urban Autopilot Challenge. So we're going to drive from Dapto all the way to Bulai Beach, a nearly straightish path with on-ramps and off-ramps. So there'll be a little bit of navigate on autopilot as well happening. And we'll see how the car behaves. Right off the bat, you can see that the traffic lights are being recognized. I'm loving this. My car never used to recognize traffic lights, and now I can see trash bins. You know, when has the last time that you've been excited about trash bins? I mean, I'm really excited to see trash bins now. Okay, let's start the autopilot. So double tap to get autopilot going. Oh, it's okay. I have to start moving to get the autopilot to activate, I suppose. In the Tesla Model X and S, there is a small little stalk below the indicator, which is the autopilot hardware stock. So I have to double tap on that, and then that starts the autopilot. So it's not started yet, so need to be 80 kilometers, I suppose. I'm pretty new to this, so if I made any mistakes, please do leave your thoughts in the comments. You can see the way the car reacts. I'm really impressed. Okay, let's do this. Let's take Princess Motorway and activate autopilot there. So this is an on-ramp the car is supposed to take. There you go. It does do it quite well. Impressive stuff. Okay, I've had some phantom lane events in this bridge, the Harvey Street Bridge. Not this time. It's not been always consistent, the phantom lane events in this bridge. Usually happens when the Sun is in a very peculiar angle. Mostly just past midday is when I get the phantom lane events in that bridge. And in this bridge as well, the one which is coming up right now. Let's see, I'm at the ready to intervene if need be. The Kanahuka Road Bridge, good, no phantom lane. Not phantom lane, I mean, but phantom lane. This is a segue to phantom lane as well. The Phantom Lane 4 is one of our podcasts that I do with the other awesome YouTubers, City EV, Rob, Sally, Adam of Tesla Australia, and Tom of Ludicrous Feed. Do watch that every Wednesday at 9 p.m. We go live and talk all things EV in Australia. So do watch that. So that is Phantom Lane 4. I was just talking about the Phantom events back then, but yeah, that's a segue to Phantom Lane 4 too. That's pretty cool. Rightio, so on the motorway, obviously, Autopilot behaves like a champ. There's just no problems whatsoever. You can see the cars in front. It can recognize vehicles which are in the blind spot. Let me try and change lanes. So I have set this as I need to confirm lane change. So I am going to turn on the indicator and change the lane. I don't want to hug the right lane, and all of you commenting that, oh, you right lane hugging poon. I don't want you to say that, so I'm going to try and overtake these guys and go back to the left lane in just a bit. So we're about 6.5, 7 minutes into the Urban Autopilot Challenge. So far, so good. So what are your thoughts on Autopilot? Have you guys been using Autopilot at all? Please do leave your thoughts in the comments below and I'll get back to them in a timely fashion. Rightio, back to the left lane as promised. So it does recognize the speed signs. You can see that 100 kilometers an hour, and you can see that speed sign just that went past. That's pretty cool. Now, say a few words about the messaging feature. Now, the entire thread of a message that you have with a friend or family member just comes in so that you can directly reply to these messages. You can see the arrow marks in the road there. Pretty cool. Nolan Street has been okay till now. I've not had any problems with that, and Nanchian Temple as well. Not much of a problem with regards to phantom braking in these places. It's not bad. This is a 100 kilometers road, so I'm going to stick to that. We'll let all the people who want to hurl along just go past. You're okay with all that? So far, so good. So, with regards to the messaging feature, so you can actually see the entire thread and reply to the thread, and that's pretty good. But only the thread that comes on after you connect the phone to your car is present. So earlier threads we can't see. So if you're continuing a conversation before you got into the car, you can't see that thread. I wonder why. It'd be nice to sort of see that thread too. Unfortunately, that's not the case here. The tracks V.02 is a massive improvement from the previous version. I have a song made on tracks V.01 on my channel. There's just a quick pandemic video, so to speak. That is when Australia was in peak pandemic, but we must say that we've been really fortunate. People have been extremely compliant with all the Aussie governments and local governments lockdown orders, as well as the social distancing norms. We are extremely lucky that the COVID pandemic has not been as terrible as in many other countries. We should be very thankful, and also kudos to every single Aussie who complied with all of those restrictions. Kudos, mates, kudos. Right, up ahead we see that there is a 90 kilometers per hour speed sign coming up. It'll be nice if the car recognizes that ahead and stops, but it did not do that now, you see. So we have to actively reduce the speed down to 90 kilometers per hour because I don't want to get a fine. Today is Saturday, and we'll have, oh wow, I tried to do a lane change but the car wouldn't do it. I wonder why. Okay, I'm going to take out of Autopilot and change lanes there. Now that's the first Autopilot intervention in this drive. So we count the number of autopilot interventions that we have to do, that is disabling of autopilot, disengagement of autopilot that we have to do in a drive. So that is what the urban autopilot challenge is. So I had to take the car out of autopilot at that time. I don't know why it didn't want to change lanes. There was no obstruction, there was nobody behind. Interesting. Now we have a merging lane coming up. Let's see how the car behaves. At all times, we are vigilant. Okay, it's not too bad. They have a separate lane onto themselves, so we're not too inconvenienced here. The animations on the screen that you see, which has come up as a heads-up display on your screen, is absolutely gorgeous. I'm super stoked. Okay, I'm gonna go to the last lane because I want to take this exit. Okay, so here the car changed fine. I don't know for what reason it refused to do that in that lane, in that spot of the car. Sorry, in that spot of the road. Again, it recognizes that 80, but it does not reduce the speed. Interesting. Okay. The speed reduced because of the car in front, not because it recognized the. Okay, urban autopilot challenge is still on. Navigator on autopilot has disabled itself. It's been pretty cool till now. Now this has happened in my previous version as well, in hardware 2.5 as well. In this particular stretch, it wants to go down to about 40 to 50 kilometers an hour, although this is an 80 road. Interesting. So I had to nudge it forward by giving it a little bit more gas. Love saying the word gas. I did a dry run last night. The car did not recognize this 90 kilometers speed sign that comes up right now. Okay, now it does. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't push it up to 90, so I have to nudge the stock up and push it up to 90. We've not come on traffic lights yet, but we're coming up on a couple of traffic lights just a bit, and there we'll see the other features, the traffic light visualization and the intervention that's required or not required, depending on if there's a lead car or not, for the car to go past that traffic light. Quite interested in how the car would behave this morning. Okay, time now is 8:15 on Saturday. Just to give you a little bit more context, this is Wollongong's first ever urban autopilot challenge. So far so good, one intervention. Okay, we have an 80 kilometers per hour speed sign coming up. Let's see if the car recognizes the speed sign. And yes, it does. But it does not bring the speed down. Although now it will reduce the speed because there's a vehicle in front. But we wanted to reduce the speed as well. This is what we're looking forward to in a subsequent update. Let me just change the lane. Okay, lane changing, not a problem. Yeah, there you see. Now this braking, because it was going on a small little hillock before we came to this traffic light, was a little less human. It was a little jerky. It was a little machine-like. I would have expected it to be a little bit more smoother. It has become loads better than what it was in the past, but I would have expected it to be a little bit more smoother. Now we have a red light. We have a follow car as well. Now I have to tap on the stock, I think, double tap for it to move forward when the car in front moves. Let's see if it does that once the traffic light turns green. It's really cool, isn't it? Now you'll know that there is a right side lane. There is a traffic light for the right turning vehicles, and because there's a car in front, it's probably not able to see that, but you see the flickering in the traffic light that comes up in just a bit. Okay, let's see if the car moves. Double tap. Yeah, and the car starts moving. I did not I did not apply the accelerator at all. You see, a little bit of flickering happens. Double tap and the car goes forward in this traffic light. That's very cool. Now, if there's a lead vehicle which the car can recognize, so if it is within the radar's range, we know that we don't have to do the double tap. It'll just follow that car across a green light. Let's see how this goes. I have a green light coming ahead. Oh, it's changed to yellow. And that is pretty cool how this works. Once again, I'm waiting for it to brake, waiting for it to brake, waiting for it to brake. I would have slowed down a little earlier as a human. The car wants to, only brake quite late in the entry to the traffic light. So I'm a little concerned about that. Okay, this is what I was trying to explain. You see, there is a traffic light for people who are turning right onto this plus junction. When that turns green, you'll see that there's a little bit of flickering in one of the traffic light visualizations. Oh damn, we got the green, but there is a red there. Double tap, the car goes forward. Oh, I need not have double tap. You can see that small little flickering. That was what I was on about. So in the US, they have separate lights for folks turning left or right, whereas here we have it in the same traffic light post. So that is something which the car has to be taught or programmed to recognize, because that's very important for us. When FSD comes through, when we are not intervening, when we have full autonomous driving, we don't want the car to do the wrong thing. So we're hoping that that gets programmed in. Okay, I did not have to intervene here. There was a lead car which was in the radar, and the car just went forward. Pretty cool. We're nearing 20 minutes in the Urban Autopilot Challenge video. One more set of traffic lights coming up. So what do you guys think? Has it been good till now? Again, this braking as well has been a little less than human. I would have reduced the speed a little earlier, because the car is in front, is in radar, and it knows what the car is doing. The radar is pretty good. It recognizes the car in front, the speed with which the car in front is traveling, the speed with which the car on the left and right side of the lane are traveling. It is quite good in recognizing that. But even so, this did not brake earlier. Maybe that's something that the car must be taught. Years ago, I used to be a rhythm programmer, and we used to have these rhythm programming apps, as they call them. We program the rhythm, and then there is a small little button which says humanize. We click on that so that the rhythm is not bang on, and it's slightly less bang on. It's not in perfect time, it's slightly off so that it sounds more human. Maybe that's something that the car must be taught to be slightly more human. Interesting. So that is 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes of urban driving or near urban driving with lots of traffic lights, exits, on ramps, off ramps, the whole works. So far, so good. Really enjoyed this drive. Now there's an off ramp coming up at Campbell Street right there. Yesterday it refused to do it. If it does not take that off ramp, I'll probably have to apply this myself manually. Nope, it wouldn't do it. Okay. Second intervention, I'll have to take that off ramp. But it recognized that 50 kilometers speed sign, and it recognized that stop sign in front, and the car actually stops. I took this particular road to Bilai Beach because there are a couple of roundabouts, and I wanted to show the roundabout symbol as well that comes up right now. Be a little careful now. Okay, there you go. It's a glorious day today. Slightly cloudy, but the sun's out as well. It's quite nice. There you see, it shows it as a, I don't know why it did that phantom brake there. Interesting. Okay, this used to be a T junction, so it shows this as a T junction, but as you can see, it's actually a roundabout. Okay, that phantom brake scared me a little bit. I have no idea why it did that. Anyway, it's not FSD. The car is not supposed to be driving autonomously on those roads anyways, so I'm not complaining. Alright guys, that's all now. So we've done the Urban Autopilot Challenge, just like Tom had prescribed. If you've not checked out his videos, do look for them in the description of this. There's a link to his videos as well. And there's also a link to all my other Autopilot videos as a playlist in my channel. If you like what you're seeing, a sub to the channel will be massively appreciated. Until I see you guys in another interesting video very soon, this is Nash from Tesla and the Gong, signing off. Peace. Hey, before you go, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code if you are in the lookout to buy a Tesla Model S, 3, X or Y. If you can use my Tesla referral code, it will be massively appreciated because it will help another Aussie get into an EV very soon. Thanks guys. Cheers.